Hi guys, we are Team Codon of Unizero Moro Tour, and we have been selected as one of the global nominees of the NASA International Space Apps Competition. So today we are coming live to talk about the NASA International Space Apps Competition, and as well as our team and also our product, which is known as GeneX. So this is our team. So I'm Vindhu, I'm the team lead, and we have Tarindu, and we have Chamod, Nadun, and Kanchana, and we have Janaka here. So talking about our team, so I'm the team lead and I'm working as the analyst of the data, and as well as I'm the marketing guy. And also we have Tarindu also looking into the marketing aspect of the product and also the team. And also he's working on the data side as well. So basically our product is onto the data side, so that's why we have a lot of data guys in our team. So we have Chamod, that's the hardware analyst and specialist. He's from the electronic department of Unizero Moro Tour. And we have Nadun, who is actually the game developer. So he's basically looking into the Unity aspects and all. So Kanchana is basically looking into the mathematical aspects, because our product is basically looking into the aspects of the research. So that's why we need people who can work into the mathematics side as well. So we have Kanchana and Janaka also working on the mathematics side as well. So talking about the products that we developed, we developed a product called GeneX, and which is basically coming under the tagline of we refine the world. So our main motive was to identify different gene populations and gene patterns and gene flow, and as well as local adaptation patterns. So I think in the next few minutes we will be talking more about our product and what is this gene flow and what is this gene population and all. So Kanchan will do a good explanation on that. So yeah, so let's quickly have a look into the questions that we have right now. So yeah, so first question that we have is that can you tell us which technologies that you use in the solution? So I think the best guy to answer this question is Tarindu. So Tarindu will take the chance.
Okay, hi guys. So in order to answer Dimant's question, so technologies, actually our solution have two main parts. One is data analysis and other one is data visualization part. So for the data analysis, we have used machine learning based technologies in order to analyze all the gene data gathered from various resources from the NASA. And also for the visualization part, we have used a web-based platform, which is mainly because we have to do a good visualization of our data in order to make use of our product. So basically those are the two main technologies we have used so far. Actually, can you guys add anything to it?
Yeah, so basically I think it's better to give an idea about what a product is so that they will get a better understanding. Yeah. So Kanchana, would you like to take it?
Yeah, our product is mainly about the gene flow. What is mainly gene flow? Gene flow is the flow of genes, that is the temporal and spatial changes in the genes of a species. In our case, what we did was we took a bird. Yeah, in our case here, a species of birds, and then what we did was we actually analyzed their gene flow, how their genes have changed, and how their migration patterns and all those things affect the way their genes change in the long run. That was the main idea behind our project. Then adding into that, we actually added many other things, like how human interactions affect those gene flows, as well as how climate changes, like in the case of temperature changes, and all those things affect how those animals, in our case those birds, involve their genes, as well as how their migratory patterns change, and all those things. Our basic project was to analyze those data and to visualize them in a way that a researcher or even a mundane person can understand and get an idea on how this thing is happening. That's basically our product.
Yeah. So basically, in that case, we also analyze, as Kanchana said, how the local adaptations of these species happens based on the temperature conditions over the time we took, like from the 1900s to 2017, and like that time span, how these temperature differences has happened and how that has affected the gene flow and the local adaptations of those species. And as well as we have taken the population of the humans, how it has affect that the gene flow as well, and that and also we analyze how the activities of human has affect this gene flow of different species. So that's the basic idea. It's actually we would not call it as a complete project, a complete product, but it's kind of a research that we are actually currently working on. And also, when talking about the NASA International Space Apps competition, a lot of people ask about this competition. So the NASA International Space Apps competition is conducted for the 6th consecutive year this year. And this year we see that 25,146 participants participating in the competition, which is actually the NASA International Space Apps competition is known as the world largest hackathon. And it is the NASA's hackathon. So we have 69 countries participating in this hackathon this year. And a lot of people ask about how we can participate in this competition. So how we took part in this competition and won a global nominee, and currently we're actually in the global judging round by the NASA judges. So in order to participate this event, what we did was actually we actually participated in the NASA virtual hackathon, which was held in the April 29th and 30th. It was a 36-hour hackathon which we participated in, and we won that, and we got the global nominee from that competition. So so basically the competition, NASA Space Apps competition, happened in a way that it spread into different countries, and each and every country has several different local events. And through these local events, they find different local nominees, and they will come as the global nominees as well. And they will also they are also looking into the local People's Choice Award as well. So combining these different winners, they try to find the final global nominees who will be going to the global judging rounds and to the finals. And so in Sri Lanka, we don't have a local events. That's why we had to participate in the virtual event. And in the virtual event, we had nearly 3,000 participants, yeah, and 3,000 participants around 69 countries. And out of that, there were 118 teams participating in the competition. And out of that, our team, Codon, and as well as another team won the global nominees to go into the global judging rounds. So that's how we actually participated in. But in the next year, we hope to bring the NASA International Space Apps competition to Sri Lanka. Our team is working on that. So hope you guys will join in that competition in the next coming years. So let's go to another question. So there is a question from Ravindu. What are the benefits of your projects? So I think Janak is the guy who can answer that question.
Yeah, in order to answer Ravindu's question, first we have to look at what we are doing actually. We are analyzing gene flow as well as the interaction with human population. With this project, what we are doing is we are predicting, and we are going to identify what are the reasons for gene flow, as well as what are the reasons for endangered, for example, take an endangered species. We can identify what are the problems they have, what are the problems that species have, and we can also identify human interaction. With that, we can identify what are the human movements toward the effect of that gene flow, and also we can encourage human to take a look at these problems, and it is easy for someone to understand what happening behind the gene flow and what are the reasons to become a species to an endangered species. Likewise, that are the
so that's how, what are the benefits that we will get out of our products or our research. So there is a question saying, how did you find about this competition? So that's a pretty good question that I would like to answer. So so basically, this team that I have here is the team that I had when I was schooling. So we actually was in the Astronomy Society when we were schooling, and we all had this passion towards these astronomical things when we were schooling. So this is the team that I had there. So and we were always looking into what is the NASA is doing there and what are their new findings, and also we were always checking on their websites and all. So then one day when I was looking into their website, I got to know that this space apps competition is happening. And but at that time I was checking that in the last year, and that time the fifth year consecutive competition was already happened. So then I thought, okay, maybe next time we can take part in it. And I still remember that I came to Tarindra and said, okay, we have this competition, we should take part in it. And he said, yes, of course, let's do it. So and in this year I was always looking for this competition till they announced it, and then I saw that they have announced it. And there were a lot of newspaper articles on that, so I read one of that, and then I thought, okay, we should do this. And then I look into how we can participate it, and then I only got to know that we don't have a local event in Sri Lanka. That's why we had to went into the virtual event, which is held in the last month. So that's actually how we found out about this competition. And yeah, I think that's something that our passion is something that gave us this competition was found because of our passion that we had towards the this NASA stuff and all. Yeah, so there's another question saying that what is your next step with this innovative concept? I think Chamod can answer this question.
Yeah. Other than the competition, we have like this concept can be used in various. This concept has various uses. Like it focuses on a single species right now, but we can add several other species, and we can gather data and analyze those as well. And using that data, the researchers and the conservatists and everyone can get an idea how a single species has evolved and how the human activities and climate change has affected them. And this information can be very useful when protecting them, and when we try to adjust our human activities in order to support the ecological culture.
Yeah. So adding on to what Chamod said, we are actually also working on further developing this idea, and we are currently as this is kind of a research that we are doing, we thought of publishing what we have found, because by doing this product so far we have found some nice observations and nice things, so that we thought of publishing it. So the next step
is a new research area.
Yeah. So this area is somewhat difficult in doing. Right?
Yeah.
That's what we found when we was
And also
yeah.
gathering data to analyze was quite problematic for us.
Yeah.
So we thought of publishing this what we have done in order to make path for new researchers.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about the future aspect of our product and our team. So there's another question: how do you guys from team back then? It's a very difficult thing to find a good team. What are your advices to the next team who wants to form a winning team like yours? So yeah, so that's something that I think it's not just about the NASA Space Apps competition. It's about all the hackathons which is happening nationally or internationally. You should have a good team in order to participate in this kind of competitions. So this team is not just about, now if you are basically looking for a technological hackathon, you basically people try to find the people who are very good with technical skills, but at the end of the day it is not always the technical skills that comes into the matter. You need a person who can present things, that whatever you find, there should be a person who can present it very well so that other will understand, and also there should be a person who can market whatever your idea, and who can do the research for you, and also who can, now in the NASA competition we don't actually need a financial guy, but in some other competition you need the financial aspect to be handled as well. So in that case your team should consist of individuals who can handle these scenarios. I mean, it is very beneficial if you can have a person who can handle two different things. Like if you can handle marketing aspect while you're doing the coding and all, that is a very beneficial thing to have, because that's an all-rounding scenario. So apart from that, your team should have a good team spirit, and you should be the team should be very working very towards a one single goal. You should always think of how we can win this thing, and we are capable of doing this thing. So And we, as taking our team as an example, so when we initially participated in this competition, now this is an open competition, anyone can participate. So several different people from different countries come and participate in this. And when I was first telling this idea to my team, they said that I don't know whether we can do this thing, but I said, yes, we can do this thing if we can believe in ourselves. I think that's what matters, and we have the capability. Why not go and try it out? I mean, we have nothing to lose. You just go and try it, and that's what you need, right? So you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your team, and have a good team so that you will obviously can win the competition. So that's what I think what I have to give as a team member of Team Codon to the other teams who will be participating in the next hackathons. Anyone has to add something?
You pretty much covered.
Yeah. Okay. So we have another question from Chaturanga saying, can you explain a little bit about NASA International Space Apps Challenge? Yeah, so as I said in the beginning, so it is happening in the sixth consecutive year this time. So this is one of the world's largest hackathon. Yeah. So as I said, nearly it is 25,000 participants are participating in this competition, and last year it was 15,000. And due to the popularity of this competition, now it has become 25,000 participants around the world in 69 countries. And this year we had 187 local events happening all around the world, including the virtual event that we participated. And now actually the competition is in the global judging round, which is they are trying to find the finalists of this competition. And yeah, so that's about the NASA International Space Apps competition. Okay, so there is another question from Sachini. Your idea seems really great. I would like to know how you came up with that idea. I think Tarindu and Kanchana, anyone can answer this?
Actually, there was some pre-arranged challenges from NASA. So one challenge was there calling via gene flow. So we thought of go deep into that because we saw that there is some deep research we can do into that. So after that, we did some background research on our gene flow and kind of things. From that, we got the knowledge that gene flow is really correlated with the migration patterns. So as a result, we thought of using that in order to give a specific data, specific result towards how the gene flow of a considered species. So that's basically what we did for our hackathon. So after that, we did some we used some good ways of visualization, and also we use crowdsourcing in order to verify our results and add more value into our product. Chamod will explain the crowdsourcing part.
We actually use the Twitter social media platform to crowdsource data because a lot of people use Twitter and a lot of people mention their day-to-day observations and activities on Twitter. So what we did was we selected our species and selected several keywords, and then we searched through all the tweets about related to those keywords. And then we were able to analyze those tweets and identify the tweets which have mentioned where those birds have been endangered. So we were able to extract those tweets and place them on a map with the geolocation feature of the Twitter.
Yeah.
That's
And also we have added a call to action in our website, right?
Yeah. So
Indula can explain it.
Yeah, so basically, when you went through our product, you will see that we are actually analyzing different gene flows, and the impact of the different conditions can impact on this gene flow. So by looking at these things, you will get an idea that okay, this particular species in this particular danger. So we are not going to stop at that point. We want you to go beyond that and to do something for the world, to do something for the earth. So that's why we have added different options that you can go. You can donate for different world-saving projects, and as well as you can contribute to different petitions on different environmental aspects. And adding one more thing into why we choose this idea is basically is that that gene flow and this related area is one of the areas that the world has not address much, and because that's basically of the difficulty and finding data and all. But with the NASA coming into the role and giving us the NASA actual data, I think we found a way that the difficulty can be mitigated. That's why we thought of doing this, because actually we want to do something for the world and do something meaningful. That's why we thought of doing this idea, even though it seems pretty difficult at the very beginning, and then we explored it, and then we identified different ways that we can proceed, and that's how we came up with the final product that we are having right now. Okay, so there's another question. What are the challenges you faced in the process? How did you tackle them? I think when we were doing the project, we had a lot of difficulties in finding the data and processing that, finding a way that we can actually represent this data and visualize these things so that the general public will understand. I think I'm not the right person to answer this question. Tarindu will take that. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, one of the most troublesome thing happened to us is how to get correct data in order to predict gene flow.
Yeah.
So that was a research currently going on, because most of them are trying to estimate the gene flow, not giving a direct value, not giving a direct probability of a gene. What we did was we get a correlation between the migration patterns and gene flow. So in that way we solve that problem, how to predict a correct gene flow. Then another problem we faced was how to gather correct data in order to do that. So actually NASA has provided many resources to in order to us to use that and create a data set that can be used in order to predict a gene flow. So other than that, we had the time constraint, right?
Yeah. So
we only had
this
2 days to finish all this and give a valuable product out.
Yeah, in terms of the visualization also, we also had now whatever the findings that we have found, we need to represent it in a way that the people understand. So that's something we also had to work a lot on. So I think Nadun can answer that question, how we did the visualization part and all.
Yeah, so basically when it comes to visualizations, the first thing is we talk with our data scientists and got an idea about what sort of output that they will be giving us, and from that point we have to think what we can give to the general public. So things like maps and so things like heat maps and putting like pointers and putting probability values and things like that would actually be able to would actually give a more clear idea to the users. So that sort of visualizations we mostly focused on, like giving a visual representation of how they have spread across the world, as well as how it had spread across time using a sort of like a timeline. We had a small slider where you can slide it and see how with time as well as space how genes had flowed throughout the world. So that sort of visualization we mainly focused on because it's mostly clearer to the users.
Yeah, so that's actually the problems that we face and how we overcome those problems. And there's another question that we have here. I would like to know how long it took for you guys to develop this project. So basically this hackathon, as I said, what we participated in was a hackathon which was held for 36 hours. So out of that 36 hours, we worked really hard in order to complete this project. We did not sleep a single minute, and we tried to finish this as quickly as possible. And it was not just the coding part and visualization part that we had to do. We had to
we had to make a video.
Yeah. So those stuff, that all things that we had to do, so we had to do within 36 hours. So actually we got 36 hours, but before that we had several meetings on finalizing how we going to do this and how to do different how to handle these problems and all. So we had different meetings, and we had a clear idea how we should proceed on these things when we were when we start the hackathon, on the 36-hour hackathon. So actually it was 36 hours that we had, and I still remember we worked until the last minute. Yeah, we submitted the project at the last minute because we had a lot of things to do. You know, sometimes we spend a lot of hours waiting for a way to proceed from one situation to another situation. So yeah, we read a lot of papers, research papers. Yeah, so and try to find a way to proceed because we had an idea and we had a way to go forward, but what we did not know was what are the problems that might occur in when we were proceeding. So then when the hackathon came, we tried to go forward, but sometimes there are problems because this is something actually research that we are doing. So in that case, we need to find a way to go forward from there onwards, and there is a time limit as well. So I still remember we came to a single sofa and we discussed how we should proceed on this way, and my team members pointed different opinions on of them, and then we thought of, okay, if we go in this situation, we might occur this particular problem and we don't have a way to overcome that, and if we go in that way, there will be this problem. And then finally we thought of we came into one single conclusion: okay, we will go in this way and we will handle this problem in this way. And that's how we actually managed to work this project within 36 hours. And yeah, so basically the answer is we took 36 hours to do this one.
Yeah, just to add something to that, within that 36 hours we made a good product, but it's not over yet. We are actually continuously developing it.
Because
there are so much things to do as well.
Yeah, because as I said, this is still we are doing this research and we want to make this perfect as possible. So every day we are trying different things and to try to make it much more correct and much more accurate in terms of the way that we use data and all. So we also add in new different visualization patterns as well, so that whatever the findings that we find can be given to the general public in a way that they know, they will understand, and they will feel that this particular species in this particular danger and we need to take action. We wanted to give that feeling. That is our main motive. If there is something happening to some species somewhere around the world, we want to identify that through the data that already have been collected, and to use that and save that species. That's what we actually, our motive is. So as I mentioned in the video that we presented to the NASA, I said that it is time for us to step up and survive together. So that's what actually we are working on, and that's what our motive is. And yeah, there's a question from Chamal. Can you explain how this connected to NASA? I think the best guy to answer this question is Kanchana. Yeah.
Basically, how this whole thing connects to NASA is that when we think about that, this time's SpaceX challenge, this is mainly focused around Earth.
Yeah, this time the theme is Earth.
What NASA is trying to bring out this term is to bring into people's attention what is important here in Earth and how we can actually conserve Earth and manage it like in a way that is beneficial to us humans as well as all the other species. That is where actually our project comes into action. What we are trying through the gene flow and all this analysis is to provide means for the conservation and as well as all interested people to join into that action of conserving those species and making sure that they don't go endangered, they don't go extinct. That's where actually the project comes in. So it's basically all about Earth, and where it's all about our home. Yeah, please.
Yeah, so another question that we have is how was the support given from your university? Yeah, so basically actually in our team we have 5 members from computer science and engineering department and 1 member from electronic and telecommunication engineering department. So whatever we doing here, whatever we are trying here is because of what our lecturers has taught us. So basically whatever the knowledge that we have is basically of them. And yeah, we had a lot of support from our departments, and when we are facing with different problems, and as I said, we had different meetings with my team prior to the hackathon. So how we can proceed with this idea and what are the ways that we can conduct this idea into a product. And when we face with problems, we went to different lecturers and asked whether they have any idea on proceeding with this, and whether we can get somewhat opinion from them. So in that way they helped us a lot. in motivating us, in taking us out from the problems, and giving us the opportunity to go and explore the world. So I think the support that we got from both the departments is commendable, and I'm really thankful for both the departments and the university for helping us in this situation. Okay, so there's another question. Have you ever gave a thought about the commercial aspect of this product? Yeah, so I think best question to answer by Tarindu. Yeah.
Actually, we are currently on the research condition, right?
Yeah.
Research status, because we can't by this time we can't do any commercialized thing, because we need to verify our results and tell the world that our method is working correctly.
Yeah, that's why we actually working on the publishing this whatever the data, whatever the things that we have found.
Data and what the methods, the method we have used, we need to publish it and get the verification.
Yeah, verification. Yeah. So that's after that we actually thinking of commercializing this product. But actually we, as I said, the main motive that we have is to survive as together. That's what we are working on. And as a team, we did not have a thought of actually selling this product or commercializing this product and making money out of this one.
Save Earth.
Yeah, the main motive is, as Tarindu said, to save the world and to do something for the world. That's what we actually working on. And in that aspect, we actually did not have a thought of actually commercializing this product. We are doing this for saving the earth or the species which is in the endangered situations, and that's what we are working on, as I said. So currently we don't have a commercializing aspect in our product, but maybe in the future with the different features coming into the product, I think maybe we will think about it, but right now we don't have such a motive in mind. Okay, so there is another question from Chatu. I would like to ask that which way user can use your final product. Yeah, so basically there are different ways that a user can use this product, and one way is that now if a person who love the earth or the world, you can go to our product and actually see what is happening with the world, what is happening with different species. Now, if I've always said this to my team, now if there is a species which can talk, they will tell what is happening and what is the danger situation that they are facing. They can't talk, so they don't know how to speak. So what we do is speak out for them. That's what we actually do. There is this situation happening and they are in this difficulty and this danger, and what we do is we actually try to speak out for them using the data we have. So in this way, user can actually go into this one and they will able to understand and what is happening with the species and how can they contribute to the earth as a responsible individual. And that's what our product is all about. And as a user, you can if you go to our product and explore it, you will see at the what is the problems that this particular different species are facing, and our product is designed in a way that at the end of the product you will feel that, okay, I need to do something for the save this species or save the earth. And at the end of your exploration through our product, we are trying to give you a feeling that you need to do something for the world, and that's why we are giving different options like going and donating for the earth saving projects and sign petition for different scenarios and all. And we hope to add different things, and so that users can get more benefits out of this product. And if anyone is having any other idea, you can add here.
Yeah, that's actually.
Yeah. Okay. So there's another question from Vijini. I would like to know how about we can participate in Space Apps Challenge. So I think Janaka can take the question.
Yeah. NASA is actually they are announcing the event. This is the 6th time.
Yeah.
So there are 5 categories in their event actually. Like one is that where the gene flow. In this time they had 5 categories. We participated on 1 category, and our project was for that where the genes flow category. So what you have to do is, if you this time what we did was we participated for the virtual hackathon, because there was no host in Sri Lanka to do a local event. So therefore, in order to participate that, it will be happen for 36 hours. So yeah, you have to get registered in the website and make a team.
Yeah, you have to get registered in the NASA International Space Apps website and register your team in there. And then you will also have to register with the virtual participation if you are competing with the virtual event. And then NASA is very responsive, and if you have any question, you can simply drop them a mail, or you can simply contact them, and they are really responsive, so you can get any information that you want to know. And simply what you have to do is go and register yourself in the Space Apps website. And when you are participating for a local event, you will have to go and choose that local event and register under that. If not, you will have to go and register for the virtual event, which is somewhat big compared to the other local events. Yeah, so that's basically how you should participate in the virtual event. And one thing that I forgot to mention in terms of the NASA International Space Apps competition is that how the final awards are given. So basically, NASA is giving us 5 awards. They are actually analyzing these final global nominees in order to choose 5 winners in terms of 5 different avenues. One is the best use of data, and the other one is best use of hardware, and there's another award for the most inspirational product, and there's another another award for the Galactic Impact, and likewise there are different awards.
Best mission concept.
Yeah, so another one on best mission concept. And apart from that, parallel to this one, these 5 global awards, which is the global nominees are competing for, there is another award which is happening parallel to this one, which is the Global People Choice Award, and which is currently happening in the Space Apps website. You can go and vote for different teams around the world. And parallel to the main global awards, this People's Choice Award will also be awarded, and all these people will be able to go to NASA and see actual launch event, and there will be a lot of benefits as well. So there's another question from Tilina. Are there public reference for your research? Yes, we have actually opened up the portal for public. And if you want to get the URL, you can simply go to the NASA Space Apps hackathon page, and there search for the team Codon, and you will get our page, and you can read about what we have done there, and we have added all the information there. And you can go down the page, and you will find our prototype link, and you can go and explore our product through that link. Yeah, so there's another question. Will this competition help you guys to get into NASA? Oh, God. I think, so in this question, you are putting us in a trouble. Okay, so basically, getting into the NASA is anyone's dream, I would say, right? So yeah, when we were small kids, we all had this dream of being an astronaut or someone related to that particular field, and we all had. That's why we were in the astronomy society of our school as well. So we had that passion when it comes to this astronomy and stuff. So getting into NASA is one of the dreams that we all have, I would say. But I don't know. I mean, maybe you can get into NASA through this competition, because there are teams who are working in the NASA. Like the last year we had one of the global winners actually working with the NASA through their product, which won the global award for the Galactic Impact, right? Yeah. So as I remember, it's Galactic Impact. So they are working with the NASA, as I remember. So likewise, you will get a chance if you're lucky, and if your product is pretty great. Yeah, so the final thought is, yes, of course, we will be able to work, I would say. But yeah, that's actually a thing that we would like if we can do it. Okay, so there's another question. As I understand it, you guys using Twitter to extract data regarding gene flow. Are you guys planning on expanding this to other platforms as well? Yeah, so Kanchana, would you like to take this question? Chamod and Kanchana both, yeah.
We use Twitter mostly because most of the Twitter profiles out there are public, so anyone can see the data.
And its API is really good.
Yeah, the Twitter API is really good. You can
for
use
publish data extraction.
Yeah, and other platforms like Facebook, it's not really easy to gather a lot of data.
They have many restrictions in
yeah,
their API.
lot of
actually.
And in the future we can do it, but with the time limit and everything,
Yeah.
Twitter was the best choice.
So basically, why we choose Twitter is that it was easy to get the data and the restrictions are low. So we actually, as we said, it's 36-hour hackathon that we participated. So we had to get in a way that we can actually finish it within 36 hours. That's why we actually choose Twitter as our main API for getting the crowdsource information. And yeah, we can go forward, expand, and use different other social platforms.
Yeah, also think about image search and image recognition and all those things.
Yeah, we're actually currently working on that.
Yeah. But the good thing with Twitter was that it held very much great information in regard to location data and all those things. So that was the main point in going with the Twitter first.
Okay, so there's another question. If there is a team or a person who would like to participate in this competition next year, what are the guidelines you would give to them? Okay, so in terms of this question, I would say what you first need to do is you need to find a good team. Yeah, that's even we participated in the session conducted by NASA about this competition, and what they actually pointed out is that you need to find a team which is very well balanced, which has different talents, right? So, and that's actually what you need to have. You need to have a proper balanced team, a team who can do different things, right? It's not just about the coding or technological stuff. You need to have a person who can handle the financials, you can handle marketing, and also research, hardware, everything. So your team should be able to do anything that is, any challenge that you are given, a team should be able to handle it. So likewise, the team is the main point. If you have a good team, you can do anything. I think that's what I believe in about my team. So after that, I think the next big challenge would be to find a good potential idea, an idea that would change the world, or have a good impact on the world, right? So now, it is not always the idea is in terms of competition like this. It is I don't think that the idea need to be very something that gives the wow feeling, but if that idea is capable of giving something back to the world, back to where we live, to the earth or to the space as a whole, that would be a really great idea. So finding a good idea is really important, and an idea which is doable, and the other way
and
as well.
also NASA really help us to find a challenge, because before the hackathon starts, they are giving us five challenges, right?
Yeah.
They gave us 5 challenges, 5 themes we can compete in the hackathon. So what you guys have to do is, before going into choose one, you guys have to do a background research. Then after that, recognize a good thing, good breakout thing you can do as your product. Then after that, you can go deep into that. That's what you guys should do when selecting a problem.
Yeah.
With the challenges, NASA is also providing a very good set of resources
Of course.
along related to those challenges. So best thing to do is go through those resources and find what ideas they have there, and also you can go through what other people have done so far
in the
previous years, and get an idea of how their projects impact the world, how their projects have given something out, and think of that also in designing your project.
Yeah, also one more thing to add is that the NASA Space Apps competition team will be given different criteria that they are using to judge your product. So try to align those criteria with your product, and try to see whether you have a potential of going forward with that idea through those criteria. So that is also important if you want to proceed with the competition forward. So having these things together, a good team, a good idea, and a proceedable idea, I would say. So that's pretty much the things that you need, and of course you need your commitment, dedication, and of course the passion. So if you have these things with you, I don't think that there is anyone who can stop you. Okay, so those are the basic questions that we thought of answering, and as we are running out of time as well, so we thought of stopping by here. So it's really glad to be here,
and most probably next year we would have a local event in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, we are thought of conducting an event. Yeah. So we encourage everyone to participate in it, and now Sri Lanka is now recognized as one of the countries which is emerging in terms of technology, and also you can be a part of it if you do something for the world through these kind of competitions. So we encourage you to do it, and that's why we thought of conducting a local event and promote our Sri Lankans into the global standard. And we thought of doing this because that serves to our country as well. So I encourage you all to participate in it and be a part of this competition in the next year. And one day we will be able to bring the glory and to the country, and to make the Sri Lanka proud. So thank you very much, guys, for participating with our Facebook Live today. And thank you very much again, and we will see you later. Thank you very much.
See you.
See you guys.
See you
Bye.
See you guys.